Okay, so I think why not? Let's add a couple to our explosion. Just gonna close that drop and the effects. Geez. Prefabs here. Go to this one. I'm going to say add component, click randomizer, perfect. I'm just gonna use 2 on this because I think one of these I want to use for the firework explosion. So I think it's these 2. We're gonna take these 2 here. Okay, so it'll either play. Cool. Yeah, so it'll give us one or the other now. That's very cool. Let's do our last cube here, our last crate, and then we'll look at some little sparkle effects for picking up our coins. Okay, maybe this energy explosion here will work nice. So let's mess around with it a bit. That's the little particle pieces. The energy explosion, this piece here is the one we want. So let's go to the renderer, find that. So it is white. So color over lifetime. Here we go. Let's remove color over lifetime. Starts out white. Why don't we do... Let's go with that. Let's make this a little bit more interesting. Maybe we can say on the embers, let's go color over lifetime. So it fades them. Maybe we want the color itself here. Oh, that's the alpha. Maybe we want the color itself here to be, let's start like green. Let's add a color in the middle here, make it like orange. Let's add another color right here, make this blue. Okay, so I think that'll work. So let's actually tone this down a little bit. Let's go 3 and 4. 2 and 4. Yeah, there we go. That's probably a little bit better. Okay, so this will drop stuff for us, health or coins or whatever. Okay, so let's drag this into our prefabs right here. Let's go to the explosions. Might as well keep it all together. Could create a new folder for your custom stuff as well. That's probably the best idea. Random crate explosion. Okay, let's go in here and just make sure this is all set to 0, 0, 0. And we'll fix that float to be an integer. Okay, so now we just want to go to this. Sorry, down here in our prefabs. This guy. Let's make it do the same explosion every time. You could randomize the explosion sounds as well, but I'm going to use the SGAK one. Let's start with that audio source. Okay. So what we'll do is on the crate itself, not the broken crate, on the crate itself, we'll randomize what it's going to drop. Either maybe we'll have a few variations of this. One of them that'll do the TNT explosion, and one that'll drop some stuff for us. This one here. Okay, so I want to go to SGAK, use his explosion there. Great. Remember 50. Want this at 3D. Cool. And let's add that special effects. Let's go down to our explosions. Random crate explosion. Okay, maybe that'll give us a better effect. So just uncheck on the embers. I just unchecked velocity over lifetime and increased the scale to 2.28, which will work just fine for me. Okay, I think that's cool. So let's try that out. Let's try hitting that. Oh, we left an explosion there. Cool. Just delete this. Don't mind that. It'll play in the scene view and give you errors as well if it manages to pick them up. Okay. Cool. Kind of got the ability to smash everything up now. So maybe we want to actually create the special effects on our coin before we go having these randomized drops and stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool. All I want to do is, you know what? Let's take that we just did, that effect that we just made. Let's bring it in. Let's go down to our lightning. Sorry, our embers. Let's uncheck velocity over lifetime so we get that nice swirl. We want to uncheck color over lifetime. We just want those to be white, most likely. Well, I guess we'll color them depending on what color coin we picked up. Okay, so we're not going to use any of this, the lightning or the shockwave. Well, the shockwave is probably good, actually. Let's take the shockwave and just shrink it a bunch. Okay, so we don't want this explosion either. Okay, so we don't want this explosion either. So what we can do is say 0 max particles, right? And it just won't play it. And there's a few things you can do here. Set the duration to, I think the duration has a minimum of more than 0, so maybe not that one. You could of course just right click here, go to prefab, unpack, and that will allow you to edit things about this prefab. So we can then just take this shockwave, drag it out, put the embers in that one, and delete this, and then we have just a shockwave with some embers. We click restart, and there it plays it for us. So maybe we want that little weird mirror ball as we grab these little things. So the embers is going on far too long. Maybe we want this to be faster. Maybe the duration 0.5 is better. Lifetime 0.5. I think that's better. Okay, and this color over lifetime. Could check that again and just delete these. Okay, it'll just be white, or at least your start color. Be your tint. Okay, so maybe one more little thing. Let's just duplicate this embers. We'll uncheck velocity. Oh, sorry, noise. We'll uncheck. Velocity over lifetime. It's kind of what we want. Something like that. Let's change the shape of this one to be smaller. Maybe that's far too long. Okay, I think that'll work out. Maybe we can change the start size of these to be a little bigger. There's something like the effect I'm looking for. Okay, so when we pick up a coin, it'll do this. Okay, drag this in. So what we need to do is actually instantiate this at the location of these when we pick them up. So we do need one for each. So let's use this coin shockwave. We're going to rename this. Let's delete this. Coin shockwave. Let's rename this gold coin shockwave. Okay, bring it out. I want to change the embers for this one to be silver. I think that works. Okay, maybe it's a little bit smaller. Whoops, not just the embers, this whole thing. Okay, so let's rename this. Silver coin shockwave. Okay, bring that in. Okay, and one more for our copper. Probably leave this at the same size. Let's just change this to be some more orange and dark. There we go. Maybe a tiny bit bigger. Okay. All right, rename this copper. Okay, bring it in. Original prefab. Let's make sure all of these are set to 0, 0, 0, so there's no weird offset. Cool. Okay, so now we can do a similar thing with our that we did for our crates. Let's just go to this trigger, coin pickup, double click that script. Now let's go to our crate break, and let's just duplicate this. Whoops, sorry, just this one. Coin pickup. We just need to say this right here. So instantiate game object. This is going to be the coin sparkle, right? So we can assign this to each one, the coin, the copper, silver, and gold. So there's no need to create one for each. We can just say whatever the coin sparkle is attached to this trigger, that's the one we'll pop in. So we obviously want to destroy our particle effects as well. We do that already on our crates, but we'll need to add the deactivate to this, just this coin sparkle, just the 3 particle effects we've just created. It's probably all we need. We do need a an audio source. We'll attach that to the little sparkles. Okay, so for our gold coin, copper and silver, let's go to trigger, explosions, prefabs. So for the silver coin, we have silver coin shockwave, cool. For the copper coin, we have copper coin shockwave, and the gold we have gold. Okay, that should work out. Let's try it. Very fun. Cool. So maybe we'll want to make each of these coins bigger, and then the effect bigger. We'll wait to do that till we design our level, and we definitely want to. Just make sure. Yeah, let's create that sound effect. So let's go to each of the shockwaves. This copper coin shockwave. On the parent, we'll add an audio source. Oops, I'll wait for that. We'll play on awake, 3D, 50. Okay, let's randomize these three. So on the copper, let's go add component, clip randomizer. It's a very useful utility script, this one. Okay, we'll add 3, and we'll just add these 3 little jingles. And it'll randomize between. Cool, so I think last let's just add that deactivate object, and we will destroy it. So we will leave this unchecked, and we'll just say, after 2 seconds, get rid of this little effect that we've created. Because after 2 seconds, it should be have played already and be disappeared itself. All you want to do is make sure that your timer is past that. Make sure it's alive until the particle effect is finished, and then you can erase it. There is a way to code that, actually, to just tell it to as soon as it's all finished emitting particles, but for simplicity's sake, let's keep it there. Let's go to our silver. Okay, just gonna add audio source. We'll deactivate first. Destroy, 2 seconds. Audio source. Okay, so 3D, 50. Randomize clip. 3. And these 3 here. Cool. Finally, our gold. The audio source, 3D, 50. Clip randomizer. Give it 3. And we'll just add the same ones. 2 seconds, destroy. Okay, and just on the embers, I guess, we can go add component. Audio source. We'll add this top clip that we didn't use, which is a little ding. Cool. All right, save. Let's try this out. Okay, so it just plays the little jingles when we pick anything up but the gold. Cool. Maybe that's not the most exciting little ding. Maybe we'll find something else, but that's essentially what we're looking for. So now the next thing I think we want to do is make these drop coins and I guess give our player some HP so he can get hurt. And let's just be 100% sure. Yeah, be 100% sure we apply our override so that it knows that it knows which little sparkle effect to play. Alrighty.